two-tone humming, headed out to the highway. I should have seen it coming through the years left in the dust, that after all the lessons learned, it would end the both of us. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
Well, here we go. This is go mode at the moment here in Barmera, would you believe? And if you have joined us, welcome along to the very first On the Pulse with Trev and Dave, live from the Visitor Information Centre across the globe on the internet. David.
Yeah. Don't start that. I thought we'd left that behind.
We're not leaving that one behind. I'm going to buy it so I can use it. Mate, what a glorious morning it is to be doing something absolutely brand spanking new.
It is probably the best view I've ever seen being on air with you.
Yeah, we're normally looking at a blue box, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
But
Not
right
a breath
now,
of wind in Barmera, a little bit overcast.
there's a little bit of hot wind behind us.
Yeah, I was going to do a news service for you all, but nothing's happened, folks.
There is no news.
And the orange man's still in charge.
Oh, no, don't go there, for goodness sake. All right, so I don't know if we've got anybody listening, and really, let's face it, we've had a little issue trying to get it to air today, but we're there.
Yeah, but it's fly by the seat of your pants.
Well, it is like that, isn't it? It is fabulous. But so I'm going to sort of just keep going, which is what you do in the world of entertainment. You just carry on regardless. Today I'm going to try and talk to Chrissy Leftheriadis about what's going on with netball. Of course, last night was, well, some big games of netball over at Loxton. We're going to talk soccer. We're going to catch up with Les. Also, we've got two lots of football to talk about. Schwatty's going to join us. Lockie Dan from the Murray Pioneers is going to join us to talk Riverland football. And Cole Milburn will be there. Dallas is going to talk golf and probably a little bit more. Rosemary Gower.
Rosemary is in here at the moment.
I can hear her in the background.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's wonderful.
As long as she stays in the background.
You know what she's doing today? She's going out Loveday with some visitors to show them around.
Yeah, and she brought a Mazda 3. You'd be happy about.
Oh, yeah, well, I followed one of those yesterday doing 3 mile an hour.
Remember, every time you get stuck, isn't it always a Mazda 3?
Oh, my goodness, it is. So, yeah. So, look, this is day one. Hopefully people are watching, listening, doing whatever. We've set up a little camera I was
looking
trying
into the
to
bushes.
see. Well, I was trying to get the fountain in front of Steve's Denture Clinic there, but the problem is there's a piece of grass. It's right in the way.
I'll bring the shovel next week.
So we need Link.
Don't start, he'll put a gum tree there or something. God.
He'll go crazy. Anyway, let's see if I can make something happen with the telephone, shall we? We'll be back in 2 shakes.
Don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt, in this torsion, and everything is growing up. There's no room to breathe.
right, it's time to get underway. We do have our fingers on the pulse. Last night I went out to the netball, and David, you were missing. I didn't see you at the netball.
Said finger on the pulse. I've got mine crossed.
What, your pulse?
Yes. No, I wasn't at the netball last night. It was too cold.
It was actually quite cool when we were outside. It was all right when we were inside, but quite cool. But there was some exciting games of netball played last night, and I think it's time we have a bit of a look at them because, I'm on the tipping for the netball this year, and I think I had a bit of a failure last night, but we'll wait and see because Chrissy Leftheriadis is with us. How you doing, Chrissy?
Morning, how are you?
Look, I'm fine. Great to have you on for our very first online podcasty thing.
Congratulations, Trev. What a great initiative.
Well, we're just going to try and make it all work the way it should. I think we're just a little bit shaky, but we're going to be right. Probably a bit like your first day as the publicity officer for Riverland Netball, Big shoes to fill.
No. Yeah, absolutely massive big shoes to fill, but I'm lucky that I've got Wendy right by my side whenever I need her, so I'm a little bit luckier.
She's an absolute wonderful lady, she really is, and I'm a huge fan of Wendy. Let's talk about last night's netball because it was round 5 and Renmark and Barmera were in battle with the A1s. It went the way I thought, but gee, it was a great game, a 1-point score.
Yeah, and I mentioned before that it's such a close competition and it's going to be a very exciting competition this year. Yeah. So Barmera versus Renmark. And Barmera narrowly got away with a win. They came out firing in the first quarter to be 6 goals up, but then Renmark just pegged them back in that second quarter with a 5-goal turnaround. And then right to the very last end, could have gone either way. I think there were even scores during that last quarter with Barmera just edging out Renmark by 1 goal. Great defence from both ends. And same with the goalies. I did speak to Sonia Modlinski after the game just very quickly, and she just said it was just a couple of little errors in their forward line. That can be ironed out, and they're in their rebuilding phase. And I think, watch out, Renmark's not far away from their first win. Best players.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And they've still got Renee Ludis to come back, and she's got a wealth of knowledge and so much experience in that mid-court. So, I feel that Renmark will have a win very, very soon. Best players for Renmark were Sonia Modlinski and Charlotte Baker. And for for Renmark was Hallie Hodson, and Layla Moore had another really good game at wing attack. The next game was just as exciting, the Berry versus Loxton North. Again, very, very close. We didn't really have a winner right until the very end where in the last quarter, but I felt that there was a lot of errors both ways. Yeah. I thought unforced errors. Berry are a very versatile team, and they're so lucky that they can flip their team, they can flip their goalies to goal shooter and likewise. I thought bringing on Charlie Gates in the second quarter at goal attack just gave them a little bit more of a burst and pegged Loxton North back a few. And then in the third quarter, they flipped it around again and they moved Phoebe Wagner, who was having a great game in goals, into goalkeeper, which changed the way that the Loxton North feeders had to feed their goalies because she put a lot of pressure on Loxton North goalies, Tash and Emily, and Berry came away with a 2-goal, won that quarter by 2 goals. I think Loxton North's defence just drilled them right down, and there was a few, again, just unforced errors, feeding errors, and North capitalised on that in the last quarter and came away with a really good last quarter, 13-7. North running out winners, 52 to Berry 42. 10 goals is nothing in a game of netball, 5 turnarounds, but it was so close, so close. And I think, the next time that Loxton North and Berry play, it could go either way again.
Absolutely. Look, I thought Berry were really good, but they just kept making little mistakes. They weren't big mistakes, they were just little mistakes, fumbles and passing too long and too high was my biggest problem with them.
And I I think they're still gelling as a team. There's some new players in there. They're just trying to work out where the players are going to be playing their best netball on the night. Like I said, they've got so much versatility. I think once they settle their team, we can see Berry winning a few more games.
Absolutely.
Best players for Berry were Emily Wesley had a great game at wing defence, and Phoebe Wagner. I think she was the top scorer for Berry in goals, and then went to goalkeeper. She's having a great season. But we can't look past Loxton North's goal shooter, Tashlek. Another amazing game. Yep. And again, Courtney Sherpick, who just controls that whole defence for Loxton North. I think they're both great leaders on the court.
I think Courtney Sherpick has absolutely impressed us since she's returned. It's just absolutely brilliant.
Oh, look, I've got to be honest. I love seeing her out at goal defence. But she had a great game at goalkeeper as well. You can sort of play her anywhere. But, I do think just her presence in that mid-court is quite intimidating.
Yep, yeah. No, you did right. Let's look at A2, shall we?
Yeah, so I'll quickly go through the A2 scores. Berry versus Loxton North. Berry had a great game, 57-44. Berry's best players, Danielle Cressisi and Clara Reid. And for Loxton North, Chelsea Jackman and Layla Hutchinson. Yep. Wakery versus Loxton. Wakery had another great win, 52-44, with best players for Wakery, Amity Burns and Tori Vomart. And for Loxton, Zali Duffy and Brianna Pickering. Renmark versus Barmera. Renmark 34, Barmera had a big win, 61. Best players for Renmark, Claire Thompson, Emma Hancock. And for Barmera, Gemma Kosolki and Gemma Self.
Right.
Now, I also just wanted to quickly mention that we did have our C-grade badge grading last night. Oh. And just would like to congratulate the successful umpires who got their C-grade badge, which was Amy Holmes from Loxton, Amity Burns from Wakery, Jess Albanese from Loxton North, Tanisha Eckerman from Renmark, Brooke Franks from Berry, and Jill Lange from Loxton. So congratulations to all of them on their C-grade badge.
How good is that? And I saw some of them there last night actually doing their job. So fantastic. There's also needs to be some congratulations forwarded towards you, Chrissy, because you were recognised and it was some volunteer awards during Volunteer Week as well.
Yeah, it was really, really lovely to receive a message saying that I'd been nominated and was acknowledged last night at the SA Sassy Awards. It's Sport and Rec. So, it was very lovely. Thank you.
I know you're very humble about it all, but it's a great opportunity for people to understand just how much you do with your spare time. So I thank you on behalf of all of the netballing community and the people in sport here in the Riverland. Thank you for your work.
No worries, Trev. Love it.
All right. I'll talk to you very soon, my friend. Go safe out there. Chrissy LF, the artist, of course, it's all about netball and basketball with her. And she's also involved with the special basketball team. So the kids and people from, say, special school and that sort of thing. Disabilities. Yeah. And man, oh man, the smiles that go on their faces from the work that Chrissy and her small team around her have done. Yeah. And Terry's a part of it and the girls, and it's just fabulous. It really is. So that's why she's been recognised for that. And that's why we keep talking to her here on The Pulse.
And she doesn't, obviously, sounds as though she doesn't have time for anything else.
Oh, her entire life is all around sport and the region.
Isn't that good to see, though?
Oh, I love
getting
it.
that involved.
Yeah, and getting recognition for it on a statewide basis as well, via all of the things that she does. She's fabulous. Quick break, come back with some more.
I thought I'd just mention, though, quickly, that you are coming, folks, from the home of the running of the sheep, and hopefully later on we'll be able to tell you a little bit more about that, and, of course, the sheepdog trials coming up in
June long weekend.
Yep. So all of those things and lots more. You've got a list there longer than
I've got a little bit of a list here. So we're going to be talking soccer with Carrie Scout, and I've got Les Lange hopefully on the list today, but just depends because he's coaching B grade Loxton.
Yep.
We're going to talk some River Murray Football League with Linton Barrett. So that sort of brings in our Mallee people. We Murray Valley Football with Mark Worsfold, so the former independent competition. Schwatty's going to join us. He points his lens at anything that moves and sometimes doesn't move.
And his camera.
Yes, and his camera. Lockie Dan's going to join us. He's from the Murray Pioneer. We're going to talk footy and whatever with him. Golf, Dallas is going to talk to us. Cole Milburn will talk footy. Rosemary Gower will be back later on to talk about all the things that she does. And anything else that we can squeeze in. We can talk to Bob about the sheepdogs. It's just a lot going on.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, we're on the pulse.
Turn it up, don't turn it off. Turn me round, put me in my place. From there, I can see it all, so beautiful. The world is turning fast. Got too many plans, but your eyes found mine, and I said, there's a record spinning in my mind, with scratches on the B-side. You're a record spinning in my mind. And drop the needle down and dance me to the other side. And from there we can fly into the 80s, Brooklyn to LA. Our hands in the air, our hands in the air. There's a record spinning in my mind, with scratches on the B-side. You're a record spinning in my mind. There's a record spinning in my mind, with scratches on the B-side. You're a record spinning in my mind. Record spinning in my mind, spinning in my mind. Record spinning in my mind, spinning in my mind, spinning in my mind. That girl is a runner, she was born to get away. Hear that two-tone humming, headed out to the highway. I should have seen it coming through the years left in the dust, that after all the lessons learned, it would end the both of us. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she was, just like yesterday, when she was looking out that window on the bus to second grade. The first step she'd ever take, the first cut from a heartbreak. Been through it all, but now it's time to go our separate ways. But there's a first for everything, like her hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave. There's a first for everything, like her hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my baby girl become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
Good song, I reckon. I taught her how to leave. I really do like that. Hey, Dave Waterman, how are you?
I'm very well indeed. And look, just a reminder to everybody that we are at the Barmera Visitor Information Centre.
Yes, we're really on the pulse.
And,
You're right in the
we
centre.
are open. Folks, we are open. In fact, if I get up and leave in a hurry, it's because I've got to go and serve someone.
We'll have another
Or tell them where to go.
You probably will. You'll tell them to go straight out to the Loveday internment camp. Have a look
Could
at
go
that.
to the internment camp, but look, there'll be quite a few places open today, like the Overland Corner Hotel, for
That'll
example.
be open. Yep.
It's a little bit of a shame
All the hotels.
about Ban Rock, because a lot of people are asking about Ban Rock Station, which was probably one of our best tourist attractions in this
I think
area.
you're right. Yeah.
And unfortunately was closed down, but it really is quite a shame. But look, there are lots of things to do here. I can't see any skiers out on the lake. It's probably a little bit
Not this
chilly
weather.
morning.
No, not this weather. No, that is for sure. Look, the other very, very popular little spot to visit is the Rockies Hall of Fame.
Yes, but
At the moment, it's not
unfortunately,
got enough volunteers to have it open. There's a whole range of stuff, but we are working on it.
we are working on it. In fact, I had somebody come through yesterday and said, "What about Rockies? Is that open at the moment?" And I said no, and he said to me, "Well, I came in here a year or so ago and it wasn't open then either."
Yes,
So
yes.
it's been a while, folks, and we really are working and trying to get that reopened.
That we
There's
are.
so much gear in there to have a look at.
We'll get it open eventually. There's no doubt about that. It's just going to
Absolutely.
take a little bit of time. So that's good. Of course, as we said earlier, this is our first and ever online pulse. And
Not
we are
first
feeling
and
the pulse.
only, folks. First one ever, but they're going
The
to
first one
continue.
ever, not
It doesn't-
only, no.
And look, there are a lot of mistakes we're making today.
Oh, yeah, that's for
but
sure.
you know, we got to
Well,
wear it, I suppose, don't
Mate,
we? Really?
we had an issue with the phone.
Learning as you go, it's called, Trev.
Yeah, but the phone service dropped out. It's back now, the 5G. I don't
really?
know. Yeah, I don't know, but I've got to change from Telstra to something else because it keeps doing it.
I've never had a problem.
Well, neither have I normally. But,
Yeah, well,
you know,
it's a little bit strange.
yeah, it is weird. All right,
Anyway,
so,
they're things we've got to look at.
yeah, it's one of the many things that we've got to have a bit of a go at, and I'm going to try and get hold of Carrie Skelton while we can, because we need to talk about what's going on in the world of soccer, because soccer is...
Soccer's getting bigger here,
Mate, it is
isn't
a
it?
huge game here in the Riverland for a Sunday. People go all over the place, and I do have her on the line. Carrie, how you doing?
Good.
good. How are you?
Oh, mate, we're having some teething problems, but it wasn't with my equipment. It was with Telstra, and it dropped out.
Chuck them under the bus, Trev.
Under the bus. Right under the bus.
Under the bus, that's it. I got a text message as I came into Renmark saying that they're doing some upgrades, and I'm sitting in Renmark at the moment.
Ah, so that might be the problem. Well, I'm in Barmera. We're in the centre of the universe here, and you're over there on the other end of the universe. Yeah, it's not quite the end of the world, but you can see it from there.
No, well, that's
true.
That's Barmera East.
Barmera East.
Yeah, that's where she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you're over there for the footy, obviously.
Yeah, Renmark versus Barmera today.
Well, how's that going to go, do you reckon?
Not too sure. The 15s are struggling against Renmark because I'm a Barmera. So they're struggling, and the under 13s just missed out by 5 points in the last, say, 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
They were 1 point ahead, but word on the street is that the 18s and Bs and men's are going to struggle for Renmark because there's a few out for different things happening around the Riverland or something. Yeah.
All right. Well,
so we might have some.
All right. I've actually put Barmera on my selections today, so get onto them. Tell them it's got to be done.
Okay, I'll tell them that. If you don't, then
behind.
Yeah, Trevor will come and get you if you don't get it.
Get them. Goodness no, they're bigger than me.
And me.
And you. All right, Dave Waterman's with us. He's a real sports nut.
As if they would take any notice of you, Trev.
Of course they would. Of course they would. I'm a very experienced talker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell by the shape of me, I'm not a very experienced sportsman.
The term that starts with B comes to mind.
That's true, yes.
Almost immediately.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Carrie, we've got to talk soccer, though, because soccer's back tomorrow. What happened last weekend? I haven't even seen the results yet.
There was a few mixed bags, but Berry men's grade came up with a draw against, I think it was Renmark B.
Yes.
Yeah, like the second team. Yeah, so this year we've got no B grade, so we've integrated A's and B's in together. So Renmark and Loxton have got 2 grades, so you'll see a few younger kids and a little bit of the mixed bag in the players in those teams. Yep. So Berry ended up having a bit of a ring around, got some extra players out, and then managed to get up, and they were winning by most of the game, and then it was a few lucky goals from Renmark that got them into a draw. So, excellent. They had 2 really big losses the weeks before, but and then just a mixed bag of the other games kind of thing, but they were good to watch. I think, Renmark came up against Barmera, and I think they won against Barmera, so And then in the women's, it was recorded in the paper that they was very dominant by Renmark, but it actually, if you came out and watched it and I played it, it was actually a really good game because we held Renmark off for the first half. There was no scores for the first half, and there was a couple of lucky corners that came about and got goals, and we stopped them for the most of the game. So it wasn't dominant at all. Right. It was quite a very good game, evened up there for a bit, and it was just a couple of lucky goals. So for the women's game, we'll just see how that eventuates and goes forward for the rest of the season, I guess.
Sounds fair. Now, Carrie, tomorrow is round 4, isn't it? It's all being played at Berry?
Yep, so we're down to the other centre of the universe.
Well, they are joined.
There can only be one.
So I live in Barmera, so that's my centre of the universe. But we're down at Berry. So we'll see, a lot of the Euros tracks go out, but good fields out there. They've got the extra 10 field out on the footy oval, all marked up. So, we'll just see how that all eventuates. I think it's Barmera and Berry, and then I think Loxton and Renmark are up against each other. So, for the men's. And then Loxton women's going against Berry women's.
Wow, going to be a big day. All right, so you get underway.
Yeah, it's always a big day.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we kick off, I think, at 9 o'clock. Yep. So we get a bit of a sleep in, so not much, but we get a little bit. as it worked out, because we've only got the 3 women's teams, there's an empty field. So it worked out that that second field gets used by the third match for the men. So the timing schedule works out really well. It's just a matter of, do you want to watch the men's or do you want to watch the women's? And I'm biased, so come and watch the women's.
I thought you'd go and watch both, but there you go.
No. Well, you can sit in the middle for when you're at Berry. You can sit in the middle and just pivot and watch both, I guess. So that's a get a chair that spins, I guess, and watch both games. But yeah, women's always are better than the men anyway. We like dominate.
All right, okay.
We're so much more better.
I'll let you get away with that one. All right.
Yeah.
The next week's a night game at Renmark. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've got a night game at Renmark, so I think there's a bit of an exhibition match between the 12, so that's just them, because they've got 2 12 teams in the under 12, so they're just going to have like a bit of a, what we call a scratch match, but they're calling it exhibition, so no points are taken away from that game, I don't think. And then you've got the men's grade coming on after that. So I think there's only one men's grade on the Sunday. So we'll finish when the women's match finish on the Sunday. So it'll be an early afternoon. But yeah, Friday night, Renmark usually put on a good event with some spit food. Like, what are they? Like meat on the spit. Yeah.
Probably a lamb or something like that.
I wonder what she was talking about with spit food.
No,
What is...
Yeah, no, not spit on the food, but yeah. Yeah, no, they do. And it's like when you're sitting out there and you can just smell the food cooking, it's like you
yum.
just draw and just go, get the food. But yeah, then they have the lights on and it's usually really cold, so bring some blankets and some jackets.
Yes, it's always cold out there at Steve Peters Park. Where people go. Good on you, Carrie. Thanks for coming on our very first On the Pulse podcasty thing.
Yeah, good luck with it all, and let me know how I can support by sharing it around and getting everyone to listen.
There's a new link I just put up on Facebook because I had a little issue with YouTube this morning, so there's a new link so you can spread that around if you like. That'd be really lovely.
Definitely.
All right?
Yep, definitely. Get everyone out there and listening to you guys.
Yep, you're amazing. Thanks for your help, bud.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Have fun.
You too. Bye. Wonderful lady. Works at Australian Motors.
Does she?
By the way. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why she knows how good Berry is.
Okay, now listen, I'm getting a bit worried.
Oh, why?
Because there seems to be some sort of gal woman loitering with intent to annoy.
I thought she's gone over to Lovedale.
No, she's over there in the bookshelves.
Oh, my goodness.
They're big bookshelves.
It would be big bookshelves.
But we better have a word with her at some stage too.
That we will. I'm just going to see if I can get Brett Stokes on to talk about some hockey because they
Why
played hockey
don't
last
you get
night.
Brett Stokes on?
See, while you're talking, I'm giving him a call now that I've actually got.
Have you got signal though?
Yes, I've got 5G written up there once
Have you?
a game.
How many bars?
There's a lot of bars. There's 4 bars.
Wonder what happened before.
It happens every now and again. Oh no, it's gone to voicemail. No. So he's probably out busy. He's very busy with soccer. I'm just wondering what's the time. Let's try and get a hold of Les Lange, shall we?
Why not?
Why not indeed? This is what this program's all about. It's live, it's local, and we love it.
And it's full of mistakes.
Well, we haven't made too many mistakes.
Well, we haven't, but that's what I like about it. I mean, it's flying by the seat of your pants
it
radio.
Is flying by the seat of our pants. I've got Les Lange. Les, you got time for a chat or are you busy?
Yeah, no, all good, mate. How can we help you?
Mate, well, we're live on the internet on our brand new podcasty thing, I'm calling it, and so we're wanting to talk to you about RFL footy on the Pulse.
On the Pulse, right.
It's on the Pulse with Trev, and Dave Waterman's with me, and I want to talk to you about what happened with the Riverland football last week and what's going to happen this week, if you got time.
Yep, we can. When are we doing it?
Right now we're on.
Right, you got us. Okay, boys. Yeah, hey, chalk and cheese from one week to the next, isn't it? We had floods last week.
Yes.
Floods last week and beautiful conditions this week. So, look, obviously with last week's game, look, the standard wouldn't have been great.
The scores were low.
They were low, but, you know, I mean, I can't remember the last time our boys were running in ankle-deep water, you know, for a game of footy, you guys. So,
exactly.
Look, but the results, you know, Barmera had to turn the corner sooner or later, and to their credit, you know, against Loxton, they handled the wet conditions a lot better.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so Barmera really played very well against Loxton. I thought their the midfield I thought was pretty even.
Yep.
But just their use of the ball around the ground was just a little bit better than the Loxton boys.
Okay, all right. So it was Loxton 5-4-34 to the home ground advantage. Barmera Monash 7-5-47. So as I say, pretty low scoring really when it comes down to it because of the weather.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was low scoring, exactly. And but no, look, like I said. To Barmera's credit, they got themselves on the board with a very good win.
Yep, they certainly did, a 13-point win. Now, Waikerie and Berry. Waikerie were dominant, 5-15-45. A lot of behinds, but that would have been due to weather as well, I should imagine. And Berry just won 9-15, so one main score, which has got to be disturbing.
Yeah, it is, but 20 scoring shots in those conditions. Waikerie are a very, very, very good unit. We mentioned them earlier in the year, didn't we, Trev? Yep. And to watch out for them, and obviously very dominant. And Berry, still had 10 scoring shots. So if you have a look at the previous game we spoke about, that 10 scoring shots probably, had they kicked straighter, would have been very competitive against Barmera and Loxton. So Berry I don't still think they're far off the mark, mate. I really don't. But Waikerie, look, at the moment, are clearly on top and deservedly so, Trev.
Yeah, they actually do deserve to be there. They've come right out of the mark. Now, Loxton North and Renmark last week, a 8-point win to Loxton North. Good to see Loxton North back on the winning list.
Yes, it was, and I believe they were pumping the water off the oval at the breaks and all that. So that's how much rain that North had out there. And
wow.
North have got a very, very good, fast, very quick midfield. This young Taylor and James Newell are they're like lightning, and apparently their skills were very, very, very good. From what I've heard from a few North people, and maybe the loss of one of the Wolfords and Nick Gillard, and we probably underestimated their importance to the Renmark side. And Tim Blight, pulled his boots up after having about 16 years of travelling with Renmark.
Yes.
They've lost some damn good players.
Yep.
But look, to North's credit, they're off to a good start this season. So it'll be very interesting for this week.
It is going to be interesting this week. Let's go to this week because the Berry Loxton North game is going to be very interesting. I've actually picked Berry in this one, Les, because I'm pretty sure by memory Berry have beaten Loxton North at Berry a couple of times last year and the year before, and gave them, I think, their first win for the season.
Yeah, well, you see, the North boys are hoping that I pick Berry, but I'm going to go with North. I haven't been on them much this year, and they're making me look bad. Yeah. But look, the way they're going, I mentioned this young Taylor in the midfield and that, and Neil, but just Cody Varma just controlling the back line and that, and I think Zach Woolley could be playing today. If he does, that's going to help him. So I'm just going to lean towards North. But again, I can't see any big blowouts today across the whole Riverland, and I can't see one in this game, Trev. But I'm going to go against you.
Okay.
And I'm going with the Panthers, mate.
Well, I'm picking Berry because I really think they've got a good team there. They've just got to get a breakthrough, and this could just be their breakthrough. So we'll wait. This afternoon at 5 o'clock, we'll know. Renmark and Barmera Monash. Renmark at home are tough, but I don't know. I like Barmera Monash for this.
Well, both teams have been struggling. Like Barmera have been struggling until last week. Yes. So this is quite a difficult one to pick, actually. Different weather today, mate. Look, it's perfect weather out there. Yep. I'm actually going to go against you and go with Renmark.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I really reckon they're due to be starting to hit their straps. And Lelman is back now for the last couple of weeks, or so is Garchie. They're only going to get better. Yep. So I'm just tipping Renmark, but again, it's going to be under 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah, I'm keeping a bit of an eye this season on Lucas Warnett. Last year he was the highest goal kicker. He's looking like he's leading it again this year, and he picked up the Brave for Dave medal last week as well. So keep an eye on that young lad.
Yeah, he's in good form, young Lucas. He's in very, 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 very good form. So, yeah, that's the pleasing thing about it. A lot of these younger lads under 21 are starting to really come on their own, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. The last game, of course, is going to be close to you, right there at home at Loxton and Waikerie. This, to me, is the game of the round.
Yeah, it might look most definitely. Both midfields are very, very, very strong.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Spenceley. I'm hoping Spenceley and Bibby line up on each other.
Right.
I really am.
That could be interesting.
Yes, but, Carter Wright back in here to pull out last week through illness.
Mm-hmm.
So he's back in. But you see, the Tigers have lost Shea and Armfield with both hamstring injuries. So a little bit undermanned. I mean, it's hard to pick against Waikerie, Trev. I know I'll probably get strung up here at Loxton, but look, I mean, my heart would love to pick Loxton, but you really can't just go with your heart in this game. Waikerie in such good form.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to watching some of their new guys play. Actually, you've heard big raps about them.
Yeah.
And look, I just think Waikerie are going to be too good, but again, it won't be. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But, Sutton's got them going really, really well, Trev. And, look, you've just got to go and pick Waikerie on this one, I think.
Yeah, I've done that as well. I think you can't pick against Waikerie at the moment, no matter where they play. They, as you say, they're very strong. So,
they are strong, mate. They're doing well. Yep.
Mate, thanks for coming on board such a very short notice. It's always fabulous to catch up with you. The On the Pulse with Trev, it's live on YouTube. It'll go out on Facebook. It's going to be on Spotify as well. So people will be able to catch up with us. You're not going to take me away from supporting sport and events.
And a microphone.
And a microphone.
And the microphone, exactly. And listen, what you need to do, if I get all three tips, you can play it as much as you like. If I don't get all three, Trev, just forget to put it on, mate. That's simple.
Too late. It's already out there.
Hey, look, thanks, guys, for your time, and have a great day. And it's beautiful weather for it, mate.
It sure is. Thanks, mate. Take care. Les Lange there, and he is the first one you call when you want to talk Riverland Football League. That's for sure. Dave Waterman, what's your tips for today's footy?
I haven't got any.
Oh, come on. You've got a tip for everything. You didn't have any news earlier, so you've got to have a tip.
Well, I haven't got anything. Okay, look, here's what I've got written down. Nothing.
Nothing. Not a thing. No news, no footy tips.
I have never written anything much down when I've spoken to you on here.
I'm going to say, when did you start writing things down?
Well,
look, you've got 3 lines there.
Yeah, I know.
What's wrong?
I
starting
can't
to
read
lose
them.
your mind.
Yeah, well, I'm getting older now, Tree.
We both.
I'll tell you what. Hey, listen, I just went down looked down the main street.
Yeah, place is full.
And our former mayor, Peter Hunt,
was he down there?
He was down there mopping the footpath.
What?
Don't even ask. I have no idea, but Anne had him working.
He's mopping the footpath.
Mopping the footpath.
Why would you do such a thing?
I have no idea unless somebody did something they shouldn't have done on the footpath. I don't know.
That's
It
a
could have been
distinct
a dog.
possibility, I suppose. Oh, it might have been a dog.
It could have been a dog. But anyway, he was down there cleaning up.
That's really weird, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely. And the other thing is Rosemary has gone for a coffee down the street.
Oh, couldn't she have had a coffee here with us?
Well, she could have. But
Brought a coffee here?
Yeah.
Chrissy's here too.
Chrissy's here. Chrissy's just dropped some soup up for me.
Soup? It's not that cold.
Yes, it is. It's soup weather now. Gee, willikers, out with the Thermomix.
Well, Pat is already considering that maybe we need to start doing soup or laksa or something in the van. Pat's Thai Kitchen.
I think that's a damn good idea.
See, this is my show. I'm allowed to say that now.
Yeah, exactly. Do whatever you like. Pat's Thai food, mate. Folks, if you have never tasted it, you don't know what you're missing, quite frankly.
Did you get stuck into yours last night?
Absolutely. Gee whiz. You said it was nice. I had it last night. You told me yesterday, so I had it last night. It was I cleaned the bowl out.
Oh, sure you did. All right. Need to take a quick break. Go to grab a coffee, and we'll be back shortly with more on the Pulse.
Spending the night in Dixon, 60-odd miles. Don't know if I can find my way out. knocked out in this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. The water rises. Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. I don't know if I can find my way out. In this tiny and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. Fall into the ocean. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching out. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. It's coming. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching out. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. I'm reaching. It's coming. I'm reaching.
We're on the pulse. We're in Barmera, in the heart of the Riverland. At the
Geographically in the centre.
Is it geographically the centre,
is.
or is that not on Kingston or Murray?
Oh, good heavens, no.
No,
That's
okay.
an outpost.
Because the late Graham Charlie Charlton and I often discuss that that's where we should have the big sporting areas for the Riverland, because it was sort of geographically in the middle for Waikerie and Loxton and Berry and Remar.
Well, I've always been told
Yeah, this has always been
that Barmera is the geographical.
unless you take into account Blanchetown and Waikerie.
Outposts.
Oh, no. Oh, Bob, how are you?
Morning, Bob.
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Bob Clark, do you agree with him that these places are outposts, or are they very good, solid
Towns.
towns, cities?
Oh, the latter, mate. They're definitely part of the Riverland, and they're beautiful places.
There you go. So it's only water.
Nothing to do with me. No, we're bigger though, you see.
Bigger than what?
Bigger than Kingston or
Bigger than
Murray.
Winky.
Big-
Which now, by the way, has a takeaway food shop.
Has it
Yeah.
really?
Yes, it opened this week. I'm told.
When's a nightclub going to open?
Well, it won't be long.
Gee,
It won't be long.
I've always said, Bob, and I opened the program this morning when Trevor opened my microphone, that this is the home of the running of the sheep and dog trials.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
Yep. How many years now?
I think this is the 44th, and it's consecutive except for 1 year off for COVID.
Oh, yeah, damn COVID kills all of our records.
So you haven't been crook for one of those?
No, I seem to have carried on. You know, you've got a job to do, so you do it.
And I just can't get over how much goes on behind the scenes, though. I mean, I saw you in here yesterday with doing things for judges and all the rest of it. I mean, it's mind-boggling the amount of work behind the scenes, isn't it, really?
There is a lot of work that, you may not be aware of. I mean, at the moment, I'm off the back collecting droppers because Blake Kasolki and I are going in tomorrow to build the holding yards down there near the playground.
Gee, already.
Gee whiz. It's not that far away.
I guess it's not really, is it? Geelong Head's what, 6, 7, 8.
And I tell you what, Blake, he's been a good help for you, hasn't he?
He has been the best helper I have had in 44 years.
Is that right?
I've actually called him the assistant coordinator now.
Oh, business cards next.
Well, he's
Yes,
nice young
probably.
fella.
Gee whiz. All right, now how's the organising going? Are you on par? Ready to go?
Yeah, everything's about right. I've just got to take the program around to Natalie today to do a couple of changes, and we'll run that off, and that's about the last written thing that needs to be done. And of course, all we need to do now is tomorrow we're carting hay out to Monash, Blake and I, and then building that yard. So we'll get there after the game on Barmera Saturday week. We will fence the oval Sunday, the next day.
Yes, don't muck around, do you?
Now, the running of the sheep is Saturday, the long weekend?
Yes, that's right. We've just got a little problem with that at the moment. I've got to get a trailer to carry all the panels in. We're borrowing the Triathlon Committee's panels again, but we need to get a trailer. So I was talking today to Andrew Haig, and he's going to have a look and see where they can help out there.
Oh, they should be able to do that.
Well, I think so.
Sure, just put a call in the mayor.
Hey, listen, how many sheep for the running?
There'll be 300 there, and all up for the trial, there'll be over 500.
Folks, you've got to come and see that. Now, listen, I believe
It's a lot of chops.
It is a lot of chops. Loinies, a lot of loinies running down the street. I believe at some one of the years, weren't there people watching from Germany or over in Europe somewhere?
Yes, that's true. It did go overseas. You're right. I've forgotten about that. So yeah, Kane Schultz is the truckie. He brings the sheep in. There's many thanks to him. He'll be busy over the 5 days, or 6 or 7 days, because he's got to bring him in before then. We go to Monash, and then, of course, we bring him in on the Tuesday, or some of them anyway. Yeah. So he's a champion, that boy. He comes from that beautiful place, Wakery, that you were talking about.
Lovely spot.
Yes, that's a town.
I do like that. Yeah. And Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan's lovely, yeah. So you're getting plenty of people willing to help out with storage yards and all that sort of thing?
Well, our normal, all the yards are stored here at our house on Tearley Road, but our normal guy that comes up with the panels for the running of the sheep, he can't do it this year because he's got to have a bit of an operation, so we're back to the triathlon guy. So I'm going to have to fence a little bit of the green lawn area down Barwell Avenue with sheep fencing because we haven't got enough panels to go all the way without that.
Oh, okay. Well, that won't be difficult though, will it?
No, not too hard. I just got to make sure I don't hit the water like I did 1 year.
That's right. Oh, yes. Yeah, don't be doing that.
Gee whiz. And how many years since there's been an escapee?
Oh, touch wood, there won't be another one, but it's probably been 3 years or so. A couple of them have gone out to the lake and had a bit of a dip. And
why not?
One went down to the new area, and one of the problems is that people try to help and they chase the sheep, which makes them more, skitty. And I went into this backyard and they shut the gate behind it, waiting for me, and then they tried to
get the sheep, and the sheep saw itself in the window, the bedroom window, and went straight to the bed.
Oh, that's funny. Probably not at the time, but it is funny. I got a new wool cover for the bed, darling.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. We had to pay out some insurance for carpet and things, and we're just lucky. No, I won't go there.
Yeah, not to go there. It's probably good that it didn't leave little round dots all over the carpet.
I like the way at the top of the main street after the running, and it takes a while, Bob, to get these things going, doesn't it? They need a leader or they won't move.
They won't go, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it. And, sometimes people have got dogs that stick their heads through the fence, and that sort of spooks them a bit. But if they're not going flat out all the way down, gives children and that a better chance to see them.
Yeah. But we always have the council street sweeper loitering at the top of the main street. And the smell afterwards. I don't mind the smell of sheep
poo. Sheep's good, yeah.
I mean, it's mixed with lanolin and all those sorts of
just go and just pick it up
smell.
And rub it in your hands and get nice soft hands out of it.
Yeah,
David.
right. Shut up, Trevor. Gee.
No, it's quite nice. It's certainly better than an outback dunny.
Yeah,
oh, yes.
The long drop.
Bob, no, don't do that to me. Bob, I'm going to let you go back to whatever it is you need to do. What's your plans today? Down at the footy to watch Barmera win?
No, I haven't got time to get there today, so we're going to be doing a few things back here, getting panels and yards ready to go out there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And as we speak, a trailer full of hay's going up the main street.
There is a loose and rayon bale of hay.
Yes.
So somebody's got some horses at home, probably.
All right. Well, good on you, Bob. Keep on going. And how many more years do you anticipate that you will be doing this after 40, whatever it is?
44.
44. It'd be lovely to get to 50, but we'll see what happens.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
An easy job for a young, fit fella like you.
Yeah. Good on you, Bob.
Right.
Thanks,
fella.
Talk to you soon, my friend. He's a great guy.
Isn't
really
he,
is.
though? Yeah.
What he's done for this region, I don't think anybody really understands just how good it has been.
But, we've had people from Europe come out here because a few years ago they saw it on the net.
Yep. And they come out to have a look.
They come out to have a look, which is absolutely fantastic. Isn't it amazing, the audience with the internet these days?
Well, we're hoping that we get an audience for our little thing as well. We're on the pulse, did you know that?
Well, I know. But
and luckily, we've still got a pulse.
Have we got 3 subscribers?
I know, we're doing better than that.
Are we?
Yep.
Don't forget to subscribe, folks.
Okay, I thought I might have had that.
Yeah, I may know your town was humming.
First one, we can afford a few little blues.
Yeah, that we can. All right.
Hear no face I recognize, and my baby can't be found. I left that place in summer, swore I'd be back by fall. I left that place in summer, swore I'd be back by fall. Now the porch is bare and broken, and her name's gone from the wall.
I gotta love the music I'm finding. Dave, are you enjoying the music?
Absolutely.
Where are your headphones?
They're here.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, I can still hear
Can
them.
you hear me? Still without me? Without those?
I lip read.
Oh, David Waterman. Lip reading does lots of things, but I don't think it's lip reading.
Oh, gee whiz. I had to. Where did that come from?
It just fell out of your head, as it has for the last 40 years.
A lot of things have been falling out of my head for the last 70 years.
Yeah, and it's not just dandruff either.
No, exactly right.
Goodness me. It's time to talk my next favourite round of footy, and that is the River Murray Football League. And just so Dave knows what we're talking about, Lynn, the reason I talk to this group is because Peak and J-Buck, Peak and Karoonda are combined, and they out in the Mallee, and of course Lameroo and Pinaroo, those two teams combined, and so now we're in the River Murray Football League, and I like to keep connected to the Mallee.
Of course.
Right, so that's
neighbours.
That's the reason. They are neighbours. They're wonderful people as well. Let's talk to Linton Barrett because he's with us now. How you doing, Linton?
Yeah, really good, mate.
But, welcome to the very first On the Pulse.
Yeah, no, excited to be a part of it, and thanks for allowing us to be a part of it. No doubt it's going to be a hit, not only in the Riverland, but countrywide, no doubt. So, I'm talking it up as much as I can here, mate, but I'm sure it'll be good.
We had a little glitch this morning. We couldn't get on to YouTube, so I had to recreate it and create a new link, but we're here and we're happening, and I'm monitoring it on my laptop, and it's working well. Let's talk about last weekend because I'm pretty excited. The Mallee Districts had a 12-point win over the Ramblers.
Yeah, back-to-back wins for Mallee District. They're creating history just about every week now. First back-to-back wins. I reckon the reserves maybe had their first win, or I think they had a draw a year or two ago, but had a win the other week. So it just shows, and their 18s are up and about. They got a side to start with and playing some reasonably footy. But they've just got more depth, and that shows in the results in their twos, and obviously in their A grade, just with more depth, it's really helping them. So I think they sit maybe 5th or 6th at the moment, and got a winnable game this round against Tailem. But last week against the Ramblers, it probably wasn't the best game ever, but again, doesn't really matter how you win as long as you win. And I was reading an article their coach Ben Hall wrote about just sometimes you just got to win ugly, and also coming off a great win the week before against the Suns. Sometimes you're a bit flat and maybe just get a little bit in front of yourselves. But at the end of the day, they had their second win of the year against the disappointing Ramblers. They probably haven't improved a lot from last year. But, the Storm definitely have. And, had a good win. Probably should have won by more, 7 goals, 16. It's a lot of shots on goal. But they got the win in the end, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. And when you say it wasn't a great game, look, when you consider the weather, it was a pretty tough game. So, 7-16-58, there's a great scoreline to Ramblers 7-4-46. So, those few misses they saved the day for the Mallee District. So well done to those teams from Peak and Karoonda. Let's look at Manham and the Coorong Cats, and that's a big difference there. 55-point win for the Cats, which you wouldn't have expected anything else.
No, you wouldn't. I've been trying to talk Manham up, and they definitely improved, but the gap is still pretty wide between Jervis and the Cats. Maybe it's a little bit, but Manham probably that next section back.
Yes.
Again, 11 goals 6 is not a bad score. That they're able to kick, some pretty big scores with, Jesse White coming in, Chad Rescue fit again, but not good enough against the Cats. The thing that amazes me from this game, Trev, is Dan Menzel comes in and kicks 10 goals and doesn't get in the top 6 players for the Cats. So that just shows their depth. I think he doesn't like the long ride either, but it's a pretty handy effort, 10 goals. Their ruck division, Matt Hartman, he's an undersized ruckman, but just gets it done. Jesse White, he's a big unit, big tall fella.
Yes.
Matty Hartman, he's just a warrior. Clint Walker's back in good form, and they've just got people that play their role week in, week out. And I say it all the time, but I see it all the time. So well done the Cats, they roll on. Man, just got to find a way to close the gap between those two better sides coming into round 2. And I'm sure they'll work on it. Their new coach, Jason DeLuca, is a very astute operator, so just got to find a way to improve, but they definitely have, but not enough to challenge the top 2 sides at this stage.
Yeah, that's for sure. Maipo and the Imps, similar story. I think a 63-point win to the Imps over Maipo. Maipo's struggling like goodness this year.
They are, mate. And again, all I can concentrate on them is, being competitive, which they try to be, obviously. But the kids, they're getting time into. Campbell Schubert, I reckon he got in the best players the first game of the year, and then I reckon he had quite a bad concussion. I reckon this is only his second game. So he gets in the best players again. Jordan Hine, I think that was his first game after breaking a thumb, I think it was, in a trial game. So he's back, which that's the way it goes, isn't it, mate? When you're struggling, all these things, these injuries hit you and unavailability hits you, and when you're flying, everyone's up and about. But unfortunately, Maipo just got to find a way to see the season out. Imps, on the other hand, they're going beautifully.
Yes.
They just, what they're doing this year is that, they've got their guns, Sean Sandblich and Penfold and Campbell and all those fellas, but what they're doing is they're getting a better spread. So Lucas young player, Tristan Zatto, young player, Riley Daniels, probably a really good B grader that hasn't found his spot in their A grade consistently. He's now playing good footy, and that's where the improvement has come from. With him. They haven't recruited a heap, but they had good players in their own backyard. They just needed an opportunity. Dylan Shench is another one. So Imps are travelling well, and I'm really looking forward to. Not next week, the week after, Jervois have got their big 100-year celebration, and they play Imps out at Jervois, so that's going to be a cracker, but I'm getting in front of myself. Imps, too good for Maipo, and they're travelling well.
Great opportunity now. Taylor Bend, not going along well. Jervois had to win, 118-point win. There's some big gaps here, by the way, some big percentages being recorded, isn't there?
There is, and as Vice President of the League, that's not what I want to see. We want to see, competitive games over every week. We want people to go to the footy thinking, well, who's going to win this one? How close is it going to be? But unfortunately, there's poles apart from Taylor and Jervois. Jervois absolutely flying. Lockie Thomas played his 50th game and apparently had 35. I think his mum keeps his stats. And, picked 4 goals. So, Lockie's an easy, good young footballer, this young fella. For Taylor, they just, I think they've gone backwards from last year, to be honest with you, Trev, which is a shame. But when, again, you look at the scoring shots, 18-25 to 2 goals 3. Now, that's an absolute dominance, and there's not much more you can say about it. Jervois, they're improving every week. They're getting new players in every week. I see Chris Schmidt played. So Chris was a West Adelaide Premiership player 2015. Hasn't played footy for a couple of years, but obviously I think he was in the Crows list and Brisbane Lions list. So obviously quite a talented player. And that's what they're doing. They're just finding these players just to complement what they've got. But as I said, Lockie Thomas, great game. Josh Scott's having a good season. They just get consistent players giving a consistent effort week in, week out, and they're getting better. So they're the real deal.
They are. Let's not dwell on that anymore because let's go to round 7 and the Southern Mallee. They had a weekend off, so should be back fit, and they got to do better with the Ramblers coming off a loss at home, by the way, at Pinaroo.
Up at Pinaroo, so Ramblers make the long trek out to Pinaroo. And as Ramblers Footy Club, they put up something on Facebook this week saying, they only have to do it once a year, whereas the Suns have to travel to the Bridge probably every second week. And I thought it was a really good post saying, it's not that far. It's not as if you're heading out into the middle of a station country. It's only to Pinaroo. Yes. Get out there and support footy, and that, I'm sure that's what their club will do. But this is going to be a real close one. I'm expecting Alex Pfeiffer and Malachi Coutinho to come back in, 2 really important players to Ramblers. Southern Suns, a week off, they needed it. They were playing sore. I think the only player they haven't got back I think is young Worth. I don't think he'll play. I thought they may thought he did an ACL, but it was only a hyperextension. So Tom, he'll be a week or 2 out. But other than that, Nick Hyde comes back in. So I'm going to go Suns, but I think this one could be really close. If Ramblers, if they get a sniff, I think, they play with a lot of enthusiasm. They could really challenge the Suns. But I think Suns, Pinaroo, so new oval out there, new surface. They sort of went to work over the off season and made some great improvements up there at Pinaroo with new change rooms, new surface. So looking forward to having a look at that today. But I think the Suns just.
Yep, that's what I thought as well. The next game I'm tipping Mallee because it's at Karoonda against Taylor and Bend. I just can't see Taylor and Bend being able to come out on top of this one.
Agree, totally, mate. And it's really good to pick the Storm with confidence. We've said over the first 3.5 years, I hope they, get close, and I hope they're competitive. Well, they should win, and they actually should win this one by 4 or 5 goals at home. And I think the big oval at Karoonda really suits their style of footy.
Yep.
They've got some really strong leg speed, great ball use, and they've got some dangerous forwards. So on the extra spaces up at Karoonda, I expect Matt Brown to go to work, and Cam Matters inside mid, he'll be really good. Shane Pake's had a consistent season, so again should win and win well. But there's a bit of rivalry between these two clubs, Taylor will come to play, but Brodie Edwards is trying his guts out, and there's the boys, but there's just not enough troops there contributing. So Storm should win, as I say, 5 or 6 goals at least.
Yep. All right. We'll look forward to that. And the final, no, it's not the final game. We've got 2 more to go. The Cats and Maipo. See, I tell you what, you're tempted to say Maipo stay home.
Almost, and not being disrespectful.
That's not disrespectful, but my goodness, it's going to be a tough game, isn't it? Yeah,
it is, mate. It is, and I haven't heard of any new recruits to Maipo, and they're running out of time. And Cats, Dan Menzel won't play, but it's not going to make any difference. So the only thing to discuss on this is what the margin's going to be, basically, because the Cats won't ease up. They've got a lot of players, sort of on the fringe that want to make a mark when their better players aren't available come finals time. So Cats by plenty.
Yes, by plenty. And the final game, Jervois and Manham, similar situation, I think, but maybe not as big a gap. We'll wait and see.
No, and this is all on Manham. They've got to challenge themselves to say, well, are we sort of dinky die this year, or are we're going to play finals? Are we going to settle for that? And they're a pretty strong group out there, and I reckon that they'll be fired up for this one. But Jervois, as I said, they got a bloke by the name of Justin Hardy come in. So Justin, West Adelaide Premiership player, played a lot of footballs at Centrals, coached Jervois. I reckon it's 2018, 19. He's a big unit, big centre-half forward. So he comes into their lineup. Josh Hickman plays his first game. He's a real strong backman, this bloke. So, again, on paper, they're getting stronger and stronger. So, they'll be too good for Manham. But it's just, can Manham stick with them and make it a game and sort of close the gap going into the second round? We'll see, but I still think Jervois it's probably going to be 4 or 5 goals out there at Jervois.
I wouldn't have thought anything less than that, to be blatantly honest. So there it is. So a good wrap up, actually. The Imps, of course, having a probably a well-deserved weekend off.
Yeah. And just quickly, mate, we've got our interleague first training is this coming Wednesday at Balhanna. Right. We sort of try and train close to Adelaide because most of our players come from town, just to make the travelling a bit less from them. So Josh Calder, our head coach, and our 3 assistants, Jacob Brants, Ray O'Donnell and Cole Challenger out there from the Cats. We've got a really enthusiastic group coming up against a real strong Hill side who will start favourites, but we're going to make them travel right out to Manham because, Manham's a big oval and it suits our style of footy, so we look forward to that June long weekend.
Yes, and just quickly looking at the ladder, it's heartwarming to see Mallee districts in southern Mallee, the Suns and Storm, sort of neck to neck at the moment, with its percentage being the difference at the moment. So,
Yeah, and I think, and again, it's early days, but I think the top 4 are going to be what the top 4 is right now. Just want to shuffle around the positions. I think Jervois will finish either first or second, and then we've got a real battle on for that 5th and 6th spot. And then, we want to see Ramblers and Taylor really challenge for that 5th and 6th spot with that sort of middle group, and then Maipo. Unfortunately, they just got to sort of start building for next year. But it's interesting already how the premiership table is sort of sorting itself out.
It certainly is. It's fabulous, and thanks for being with us on our very first podcasty thing, as I'm calling it, because we are on the pulse.
No, that's great, mate. Thanks for including us.
Thanks, mate. We'll talk to you next week. Great guy indeed. Comes out of Lameroo, and Linton Barrett always comes on to chat a little bit about the the River Murray Football League, which is where our Mallee football teams had to go into.
I think it's important to speak to everybody from every area.
Absolutely, that's what this is about.
And close by.
Yeah, that's what this is all about, making sure that we stay in touch. Now, you've been off making coffee, something you know how to do.
Yes, I do, yes. I have been in
the background.
Yeah, I know, I was trying to shut it up.
That's all right.
I hope it didn't upset things.
No, I didn't. No.
Anyway, Rosemary is coming back in. How are we going to do this with microphones? Because we need a huge microphone for...
Oh, well, I might give you my headset so you can sit with you, and I'll sit over there. I didn't bring a third microphone. That was a bit slack of me, wasn't it?
I've got one.
But it's too far away now.
It's up behind the counter.
Oh, well, go and get it.
Excuse me, I've got my hand up. Can I leave the room?
You can leave the room now, Mr. Waterman, and we can always...
How good it's going to be.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. There's another lead in that grey bag. Just bring the grey bag over. We can do this while you...
Same pluggy thing?
It's the same pluggy thing here, yeah. The big round one with all the little... I don't know what they call it. Look, while he's doing that, and this is on the hop, it is, I want to remind people that the Riverland Junior Motorcycle Club have got a big event coming up on the 30th and 31st of May. So that's, what's that, next week? My goodness me. That's going to be round 1 and 2 of what I think is the big South Australian Championships. So that's going to be a big one. It's the off-road championships, actually, brought to you by Pitmans, which is where I bought a bike from many, many years ago. And round 3 is going to be at Velocet, and 5 and 6 is going to be at Kyneton, so that's a little bit too far afield for us. But the Riverland Junior Motorcycle Club holding the 2026 South Australian Off-Road Championships round 1 and 2, and that'll be next weekend. And I'm going to attempt to get somebody to chat about... No, that lead's no good. What's on the other end of that? Nothing. Okay, hang on. No, it's not. No, we've got to have one of these.
You want a Canon connector?
I need. That's what they call it, Canon. I'm very technical.
Well, we can. Yeah, we can
Take
talk.
it.
We can still talk.
We're friends from way back.
Rosemary Gower is here.
Not that good a friend.
They are very good, close friends.
Good morning, Trevor.
How are you, Rosemary?
This is very cosy, isn't it? Really?
I know, it's lovely.
I should turn the camera around and get a shot of you, shouldn't I?
Oh, no. Because then it'd see me.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Well, Rosemary's the pretty one.
I wouldn't have
you
gone
two.
that far, but,
Wouldn't
you know,
you?
that's fair enough.
You're within thumping distance.
I know. It's
All right, Rosemary, you've been showing people around Loveday, or you've at least had them here talking to them?
Yes, but I thought I'd talk about something different today.
Oh, okay. What are we talking about?
Thylacines.
Oh, thylacines?
Yeah.
They're extinct.
No, they're not.
Uh-oh.
I saw one. For people that don't know,
Can I do a politician here? Please explain. What the bloody hell are they?
I'm just going to say
Thylacine,
that.
Tasmanian
That's
She
a
said
Tasma-
plasticine when she was telling me earlier.
Yeah, thylacines are Tasmanian tigers, and they're not supposed to be on the mainland. They're not supposed to be in any left in Tasmania.
They shot the
either.
last one back in the 40s.
Yeah, that's not true.
Wasn't it?
No, there was actually another one that was in a private zoo.
Oh, yes,
after
that's right. Sorry, yes, I remember that one now, in Hobart.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Anyway, the thing is, I was staying down on a station, a remote station off, inland from the Coorong, when I was pregnant with Yolande, and that's 53 years ago.
Oh, now you're just giving her age out. Good on you.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't care. I'm proud of my age.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with your age.
She doesn't look a day over 109, does she?
Oh, just because I said on your birthday you don't look a day over 80.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, anyway, the thing is, I was staying on this property with friends of mine who were managing it, and I had to go down to the bus stop to pick up the kids. They went to high school in Kingston, southeast.
Right.
And I was driving the Toyota, the station Toyota, and I just came across this hill, a slight hill, and there out on the erosion was this animal. It was a dog-like animal, and I was so surprised. I stopped the car immediately. I didn't get out. I just sat there looking at it, and I'm gazing at this animal, and it's gazing at me, and it didn't seem concerned. But honest to God, this animal, it wasn't like anything I'd ever seen before. It was bigger than a fox. It had a short coat. It had the stripes across its rump and down its tapered tail, and it had a large head with a gaping mouth.
They had long noses, didn't they?
Yeah, but they had a gaping mouth too.
Okay.
And
Sure it wasn't Textacolour. Did the stripes.
oh, it could have been. Yeah. Anyway, it wasn't. It didn't seem to be worried, and I suspect now that was because I was in the station vehicle.
Yeah.
And that it would see that every day on the property.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Anyway, that was nearly 54 years ago. And since then, I've spoken to so many people, particularly in the Riverland, who have seen them. And sometimes these people have been in groups.
It's all right,
Trevor's just knocking the furniture around.
Rearranging.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
you reckon it was a Tasmanian
absolutely.
xylophone?
No. Policy. Thank you,
dear.
Trevor. Yes, so, as I said, since then, and back in 74, my cousin was here. That was during the High River, and he and his wife took our boat across the river to Sugarloaf, and as they're walking, get up to the top of the Sugarloaf, they see an animal disappearing over the side.
Yeah.
And Bill looked, he had his gun, he was going to get some rabbits, and he said to Jean, "What did that look like to you?" And she said it looked like a Tasmanian tiger. And since then I've spoken to so many Riverland people. They've been seen at Paringa. There's been quite a lot around Overland Corner.
When you say quite a lot, though, are you talking about 3 or 4 sightings, or are you talking about 50 or 60?
No, I know of about 20.
Do you? Okay.
20, what, in the Riverland? Or really?
Yep.
You sure they're not wild dogs or dingoes
no,
or something?
No.
I know.
As soon as you see it.
I know they're such a distinctive looking animal.
Yeah. Well, here's another story.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd Druggermuller worked at Lock 3.
Right.
And the PS Industry, the River Murray Commission boat, was tied up there because they were removing the boards from the lock.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd taken a morning tea break and they were sitting on the bank having a cuppa, and one ran through their camp. And I've spoken to a number of people who were actually there at the time. The three people I know of have since died, which is a great pity because they can't. Although Lloyd wrote down what he saw at the time, and I read what he'd written.
Gee, if only we'd had phone with camera in those days.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There would have been a lot more records of it.
Yeah, they're very elusive. They live in, Overland Corner, there's not a lot of houses or people around there. And as I've said, I've spoken to people who were actually in groups and seen one.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. It really is amazing because I spent a few years down in Tasmania, as you probably know. And down there, a lot of people still talk about that last one that died of old age or just...
What was that, in a zoo though or something?
No, it was in a private home.
It
private,
froze to death.
It froze, did it? Yeah. And people were still saying, when I lived at Mole Creek, people were still saying they're seeing them out there, but no one can actually seem to trap one.
No, we followed.
But what surprises me, in the era of mobile phones, no one's actually got a photo of one either. So
I
do
reported
you know what I
it to the museum in Adelaide. I went in there and asked them if they'd had any reports. I spoke to the man who was the authority.
Yes.
And he said they get lots of reports, but they don't get... And I'm talking a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And he said, but we haven't got any prints or skeletons.
That's it, you see. So there's no physical proof of it, is there?
No.
So somebody, please get a photo of a thylacine in Berry.
There you go. There's something.
There's a challenge.
There's a challenge for you.
I don't think you'll get any in Berry.
Well, we've got a few people listening in Darwin, so maybe they can find one up there as well. Can they? There'd definitely be xylophones up there.
He hasn't got any smarter, has he? 40 years.
Talking about the Northern Territory,
Yeah.
I was studying to become a bookmark guide a number of years ago, And one of the
There's a line there, I'm sure. But
Big book.
But anyway, one of the men that joined our group was a ranger, and he'd been living in the Northern Territory, and he had seen an ancient Aboriginal drawing
Of a
in a
thylacine?
cave. No, of the panther.
Of a panther. Now that's in...
I've heard something about.
Yeah, now that's in one of the art galleries, rock galleries. I reckon out in Kakadu. It could be just out
One
of...
of the painting in the cave.
Yeah, you know how you have...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I reckon I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A very interesting thing being a tour guide up there. You should have taken it on and stayed up there. It's
certainly
the
was.
best spot. to be a
Especially with
tour
the
guide.
Americans, the tips were huge.
Oh, yeah. Their dollar was worth 30 cents or something back in then.
Oh
those
no,
days.
it was a bit. I remember coming back with a couple in the Mercedes, a private hire car up there.
Of course,
I was
yes.
tipped $400, and that was our money, and that was more than I got paid for the day anyway.
Okay,
so
right.
you know,
Oh, I know where that is. It's a rock area just over on the floodplains, overlooking when you overlook
I
it
would have
from
been
windows.
there. Yeah.
It was just over the river. Yeah, not open to the public, but I was lucky enough to be able to go and have a look.
Yeah.
That's
All right, now look, talking
that's
of,
beside the point. We're
talking
talking
about
Riverland anyway.
We're talking rubbish at the moment anyway.
Well, it's
folks.
not rubbish. It's
Think for
interesting
yourself.
stuff. Come on.
Anyway, what I want to get onto, has the island been de-goated yet up at Renmark?
No.
No. I did have a bit of inside information recently that we've got a very good chance of getting it.
Good.
I'm afraid the excitement has left me because Rhonda Centofanti and Cheryl Norris and I were the ones that were responsible
For pushing it.
Yeah, and now both of those have passed. Cheryl died a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just so enormously sad, even if we get it, that those girls won't be there to see
They
it.
won't see it,
Because
yep.
Uncle Wally, Ruby Hunter's brother, came up for Cheryl's funeral, and I was talking to him. And we're really hoping that it will go ahead because she was a direct descendant of the Aboriginal people, I've got to remember how to say this.
You get it right.
I did with-
Narrandjeri.
Narrandjeri.
Yes.
Narrandjeri.
And also the
Arrawunda?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Wonderful people.
You know, they
Translator.
she lived on that island. Her family lived on that island, and so did her ancestors. And she's well worth being recognised because she went from a very lowly background. She was born on the riverbank. Her mother was not allowed to go to the Renmark Hospital because she was Aboriginal. She was very small when she was born, and her grandfather saved her life by wrapping her in warm ash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And then later, her mother died in childbirth, and she was taken. Her and her siblings were taken down to the Coorong, to their grandmother, and then one day 2 men came around and they said they were coming back the next day to take the children to the zoo, and so she got them all ready next day, and they came and picked the children up, and she never saw them again, and so they were part of the stolen generation, and despite all of that, Ruby went on to be an international singer-songwriter with her husband Archie Roach.
Yeah.
And she took her tradition, her culture overseas with her, and she was an amazing woman. She was also an advocate for the stolen generation, and she was very much involved with fighting domestic violence. So, and she loved people. She's won so many awards, so much recognition, and I think she deserves it.
All right. So how long? When will we know?
Oh, soon, I hope. It's only been 3 years. That's not bad.
Oh, that's not long. This is state government we're dealing with.
We're talking about here, yes. So that is a very short time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll certainly wait with bated breath. Rosemary, we've got to wind things up, though, because, as you can see, the shop's full. And
where is everybody today? I thought you said you've been busy down. He tells me every Saturday I'm busy, I can't get out.
I have been busy on Saturday.
And here we are. The place is empty. The Visitor Information Centre needs people to come in and say hello to David.
And we're coming to you live, not dead,
Well,
live
we are
from
live.
I
the
had
Barmera
6
Visitor
people here.
Information Centre.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you
I had
did.
6 people here this morning looking at
The
information
internment
about
camp.
Loveday.
Yep,
That's true.
That's
All right.
for sure.
I got to
All
talk footy. Rosemary, thanks for coming on board to our very first podcasty thing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun.
Pottycast?
Podcast.
As long as it's not a potty cow.
Well, I hope not.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
Goodness me. Thanks, Rosemary.
Thanks, Rosemary.
Okay, bye.
Take it easy. All right, it's time to talk a little bit of football because I don't want to miss out on talking to Mark Worsfold because the Murray Valley Football and Netball League continues today, and Mark is with us. How you doing, Mark?
Good, how are you, Trev?
Mate, not bad. Thanks for coming on the very first podcast.
Yeah, no worries. I heard podcast, so I got excited. So
You got excited about podcast? Okay. Being an agricultural rep, you would be excited about potties. Let's talk about last week's round because we didn't chat last week. Ramco and Wonka, big 139-point win to Wonka. Come on. How good was that?
that's it. Yeah, good to get on the winners list again, that's for sure. First win for the Dogs. Some very close games throughout the season, but to get off to a start with that is good. Yeah,
it certainly is. Sedan, Canberra and Brownswell. We know Brownswell are the ones to watch at the moment this year. 14-13-97 to Sedan, Canberra 7-5-47. So a big win there and 50-point win. So good percentages here.
Yeah, that's it. A bit of boost in there. Unfortunately for Sedan, Canberra and Ramco, they are struggling at the start of this season. But I'm sure they'll bounce back and start trying to get those little wins, win a quarter, win a half, those sort of things, and see where the season takes to them. We see each other 3 times this year, so there's plenty more time in the season to bounce back, and it should be exciting.
It should be. And the Paringa had a big win over Murrayville, 50-point win. That's the one that grabbed me. I thought Murrayville may have been stronger, but Paringa are good at home, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. Up there, they play that ground really, really well. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer than this. I think Murrayville's struggling with a couple injuries. Is the rumour on the street?
Okay. Yep.
Paringa definitely showing what they can do each and every week. Which leads us into this week, that's for sure.
All right, people watching our podcast, by the way, are going to be seeing Dave Waterman taking the dog for a walk in amongst the grass and having one of those cigarettes. All right, let's look at round 5, shall we? Brownswell and Paringa. This is going to let us know where both of these teams are sitting, I think.
Brownswell and Paringa, yeah, that's it. They're both undefeated so far, so the winner of today's will remain undefeated going through and playing everyone. So a lot to play for this week, that's for sure. Brownswell have been notching up those wins, probably not as dominant wins some of the weeks than others, but they're getting over the line, that's for sure. They had a little scare against Wonka not long ago. They will want to go there and get the points, that's for sure. But Paringa probably not quite what everyone expected come the start of the season. We knew they were going to improve from their recruitment, that's for sure. But to be undefeated so far and heading into this game, not sure which way it's going to go, really. It's going to be a very interesting one. Out there at Brownswell.
It is going to be very interesting, and I wanted to go Paringa, but Brownswell at home, they'll have a strong supporter base out there, so I've gone Brownswell, to be honest. I'll probably get in trouble for that. Murrayville and Ramco. Murrayville is a big trip for Ramco to go, big drive.
Yeah, that's it. I think, they're unfortunately not having the best start to their season as they would have liked, but they're getting numbers out on the park each and every week. They're utilising the 16-a-side rule, which I think we're going to have to use a little bit more. But hey, we're still playing footy in our communities, and that's what it's more about than worrying about how many players are on the field or any of those sort of things.
It's more about the inclusion of the people rather than the score at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's it. So they got some local, I think some backpackers, fruit pickers out there giving Aussie rules a go. So they're just trying to get their team out there on the park, and that's what we want to see. And for Murrayville, they want to bounce back after probably not the game they wanted last week against Paringa. So they'll want to bounce back and get back on the winners list and play some really good footy. Hopefully come unscathed without some injuries. But they'll want to get back on the winners list, that's for sure.
That is for sure. And the final game, of course, the one that you'll be keeping an eye on at Lurip, of course, Wonka and Sedan Cambrai. Sedan Cambrai coming to Lurip.
Yeah, that's it. That game's obviously been moved. Hearing whispers it may be the last one needing to be moved, but they've been wanting the last little touches out there at Wonka to be done for months now, and like anything in the building industry, it doesn't happen the way you want it. So unfortunately, this one's going to be played at Lurip, but Wonkas are getting used to playing that ground now. So going there this week for the third time, I'm sure they'll have it ironed out. I think they're liking the support that the Super Dogs are giving them behind the bar, which is really good for the supporters. They can have a week off of the bar duties and actually get out there and watch the game and stuff like that. So volunteers and all those sort of things. So it might not be the perfect situation for them, but hey, they're making hay while the sun's shines.
Yeah, and I think it's fabulous that the Lurip Oval is being used to play football again, other than just the Masters, of course, but great to see it being used. So well done. All right, should be a good round of footy for the Murray Valley Football and Netball League. We'll catch you next week, my friend.
No worries. Catch up.
Thank you, Mark Worsfold there, with a good look at what we used to call the independents. David, if you remember the term, the independent footy. Okay. They changed their name when they broke away from the Riverland Football League, and they're still going strong. So it is terrific. They're still being able to get out there and have a go.
Well, I escorted Rosemary out of the building.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. You also...
I took the dog for pee-pee.
You did, we saw that.
He likes to go out and he's got to have at least 3.
The world has seen it.
Oh, was he on?
He was on there.
Oh, no. Good heavens. Sorry, folks. My little 3-legged Jackie. He's gorgeous.
He is a good fella. He really is very good. He's very quiet for his
Isn't
dog.
he, though? Absolutely.
Doesn't say much, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Much.
He turns 11 this year.
Is he really?
Yeah. Where's that time gone?
I remember you getting him. You rescued him.
Well, yeah. No, Helen, who was the previous manager here at the Information Centre, took her 3.5 weeks to talk me into it. And then she threatened to send him to some vet down there where they put dogs to sleep.
You're not allowed to put people to sleep.
No, you're not allowed to do that. But anyway, I thought, no, he's got to come home with me. So,
that's fair enough.
Poor little fellow.
That is fair enough. All right, I'm trying to put a call into Grant. I've got Swatty. Let's have a chat with Swatty, the greatest photographer on the planet. How you doing, Grant?
I'm good, Trev. How are you?
Not too bad. We're flying by the seat of our pants. I don't know if you've been able to tune in or not.
Yes, we have. We've been listening to it up at Amazon. Yep.
Ah, cool.
We've been listening to it. Kieran's had his phone on all morning, and it's been sounding really good.
Right, that's what I wanted to know, because I've got it on my laptop down on a chair, which I can just hear it in the background. I know it's still on air, so that's the main thing. So hopefully a few people found the new link.
I have to say, it looks like this whole program's on life support at the moment. There are about that many cables.
No, well, we can hear it loud and clear up here, no problem.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Beautiful.
So you're up at the Amazon Sprint, up at the
I'm on the bank of the Amazon at the moment. We've just got the C-Class racing through at the moment. Right. You can probably hear me clicking away here as we go.
Yes, no, good on you.
Just got the second batch of C's coming through. We've had the D's and the E's go through, and they've finished their race. So it's all happening.
What's he talking about? Dinghy racing, David?
Oh, right, okay. Could have been anything.
It could have been
A monster from the Black Lagoon.
It could well have
Could have
been.
been a thylacine.
Xylophone.
So you're getting some good shots, of course, of
Yep.
getting stuck into the summer ale. I hope you're not doing that.
And it's beautiful weather up here. I'll tell you, it's an absolutely perfect day. I'm on the banks. I'm on the banks. There's a group of guys up a bit further on from us that have come up from Wentworth to have a little look.
Oh, good.
For the day. So they've driven up this morning and are on the banks having a barbecue and smoke and fire, and they're all looking good. So it's a good day.
Yeah, and it is a perfect day to be out there for these guys and girls, and they put on a good showing. So it's the Amazon Sprint, isn't it?
Yep, it is the Amazon Sprint. Yep.
Yeah, right. Okay, so get up to the Woolshed Brewery and
the Woolshed. Yes,
What a great
you can
spot
get
that is.
isn't it?
Yeah, you can get a good view from the Woolshed.
Yeah.
Yep, you'll see them take off. You'll see them do their 2 short laps around the island and then finish back at the Woolshed. So get good viewing there for sure.
Yeah, you're going to try and get up there with the program soon because they are wonderful people up there.
That would be an idea. Yeah.
Would be, yes, because we've been up there with Pat's Food Van, Pat's Thai Kitchen.
Yes.
It's been fabulous. All right, what did you think of last night's netball?
I thought they were great.
Yep.
Two great games. Really good games. Yep. Barmera winning by 1. We were listening to Chrissy this morning go through the game and her thoughts on it, and I agree with her. The Renmark Barmera game could have gone either way. Really,
yeah.
One goal. I think Barmera just had enough experience to grab a couple of late ones to hold them off. Yeah,
Because as you recall, we were down to about less than a minute, and there was a long pass by Renmark, and that put them 1 point behind, one goal behind when they scored that, and it was their centre throw. And I said to you, look out, if they do the same here, we're in trouble. And we were down to about 10 seconds, I reckon.
That's right,
And the bell rent just before.
The would have been a draw,
got hold of it, otherwise we'd have had a draw.
Exactly.
That close, like down to split seconds. It was amazing. It really was.
And this netball season is going to be like that every game, I reckon. It's going to be so tight every round.
Yep.
Because there's no leeway anymore. The teams are so even. I think
They really are. Look, even the Berry Loxton North game. I know.
Yes.
It's a 10-point difference, but it wasn't that. It was just some silly little mistakes by Berry.
That's right.
It was
a few
last quarter.
It was, but some bad passes that went astray.
Yeah.
They just, but Berry lost the chance of getting goals to bridge that gap. So, and as Chrissy said this morning, that could have gone either way as well.
Yeah,
so,
it really could.
Some of those passes had have stuck. It could be a Berry win. So, both teams have, the whole association should be really proud because they've done really well.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they've really got it lined up nicely, and we're enjoying some really high class netball.
It is high class too. It is really good.
Yep.
The Renmark team is quite young, and I was quite impressed with them. Some of those players they've got are going to be good players.
Yeah, that they are
for sure.
All right. So where are you putting your lens other than at speedboats today?
Well, as soon as the start of the ABs and rookies have done, I'll head back to Renmark, get some of the Renmark A grade game, duck down to Berry, get some of the Berry A grade game.
Yep.
And depending on time, might try and get to the Loxton Wakery A grade, but I'm not sure about the time. And then back to Berry for the hockey. Yes, it will be.
Yep.
Back to Berry for hockey tonight. There's 3 A grade games on, starting about 4:20, I think.
Right.
And then home and start sorting out photos till midnight.
And then soccer tomorrow.
And the soccer tomorrow. Exactly right.
Just as well you're on the big bucks, Grant, really, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? I'm so glad about that.
Well, that's life.
That's life. That's exactly right. If people are happy me taking photos and they like looking at them, I'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So yeah. As soon as people say, "Oh, I don't like your photos," well,
then you
I'll stop. So, yeah, exactly right.
That's it.
So All good.
There's got to be a professional though at some stage, because all my life I've been taking photos and people say they're rubbish.
Well, he's still using a box brownie, though.
I am.
I won't comment on that.
It's a Nikon box brownie.
Oh, it's a Nikon box
that's
brownie,
all right.
Okay.
That's all right. You're in good hands there. You're in good hands.
Grant, thanks for your time. Thanks for coming on to the podcasting thing.
Hey, this is and congratulations to you too. This is going to be a boomer of a show. I can tell. It's good fun. It's so informative about what's happening around the Riverland. So well done to both of you for getting it up and running so quickly. I was really amazed last night when you told me that I'll be ringing you tomorrow, and I said, "What? Already?" So well done to both of you for doing that. Great work.
Good on you. Thanks so much, my friend, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.
You will. Have a good day.
Thanks, mate. See you later. Great guy indeed. Probably, as I say, he's the best photographer.
Yeah.
I don't
absolutely.
think you could say anything more than that. He is one of the greatest. He really is. And I know you get out and about with your camera a little bit, but not even close.
No, absolutely not. Gee.
All right, we'll keep the show moving along quickly. I've just put a message through to Lachlan Dan. Now, Lachlan Dan is the sports editor of the Murray Pioneer, if you're not aware. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen this week's copy. Have you got a copy here?
Of who you're talking about.
Hello, Lachlan Dan is with us right now, so we'll just put him across to the desk. And Lachlan Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Thanks, Trevor. Yeah, no lead in today. We're straight into it. It's good to have.
Well, you know, we're live, we're local, and we're on the World Wide Web.
Exactly right. And we're back after a week off.
Yeah, we had to have a week off to get this sorted out, but it didn't take long. We've got it working. I'm getting feedback already that it is actually working on YouTube and people can watch it.
Yes, it is. I was listening to it before, so
that's good. Okay.
They're hearing all about your voice. So, it's rare and it's ready on my end anyway.
Yeah, it's happening, and I'm pretty excited about it. That is for sure. We're going to keep this going. So let's talk a little bit of RFL footy, shall we? Because you're the man that's actually in the know, because you get out there to a lot of the games and you write the stories in the Murray Pioneer currently.
That's right, yeah, and I'm out there today. I'm on the call.
You are too. You're on the call at 5RM, aren't you?
I am. So you can get that on YouTube as well. So. Yeah,
I often watch that, and it's terrific. It gives you a good insight as to what's going on with our footy each and every week. So you're Nobby today, are you?
I am, yes. I did say to Lockie Winnell and Grant Schwarzkopf last night, I said, so the one game where we've got a cancelled game between his two clubs in Loxton and Waikerie, he's buggered off.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave that one alone for the time being. Let's look at last week's games very quickly because we haven't had a chat. Barmera Monash and Loxton. It was a 13-point win by Barmera Monash. Thank goodness. It was a tough game, though, they tell me, with the weather.
Yeah, I went to this game for the second half. So it was a slog, no doubt about that. And in the end, Barmera Monash probably did their work in the second quarter.
Right.
Just put a couple on the board, and then with the weather as it got worse and the conditions got worse and the oval got worse, then they were able to play a defensive game and just shut Loxton out. So and well done to Lucas Warnett, kicked three and took home the Brayford Dave medal. So obviously an important cause, as we know.
Absolutely.
And Chloe was on hand to present that post-game in the rain, so that was great.
Yes, and of course, we know Lucas not just from footy, but from the Speedway as well.
Speedway as well, yeah. Multi-talented and premiership player in the Division 1 basketball for Berry too,
yes,
so
yes.
He does it all.
He does it. He's a very, very wonderful young lad and a great family. Waikerie and Berry. Berry, gee, I hope they get a win today. A 30-point pouncing last week by Waikerie Magpies.
Yeah, unfortunately only managed the one goal for the day as well, and you look at that in isolation, but they did have 10 shots on goal, so most of the time when you have 10 shots, you usually end up with more than one.
Yeah.
So they'll be hoping to just, I think, put that one in the rear-view mirror and move on to today's game at home. But, that's a tough result, but Waikerie are flying. They're the only undefeated team left, so, they're absolutely on fire at the moment, the Magpies.
And Loxton North and Renmark. Loxton North, they are the ones to watch, but I've picked against them this week.
Yeah, they're going quite well. If you remember towards our chat at the start of the year, I'd have picked them for the grand final. I need them to get going, and they've started to do that. So they're getting a few more back as we speak as well, which we'll get to shortly. But I did see a little bit of this game on the replay of the stream, and another slog as they all were throughout the day, obviously with the weather, but. In the end, North were just a bit too polished for a young Renmark side who are still very undermanned.
Yep, yeah, that's for sure. Let's look at round 5 today, and Berry. That's the broadcast. No, it's not the broadcast game. It's the game that I'd like to get to, where Kale is going to be umpiring. Berry Loxton North. I've picked Berry here, Lockie. Can you confirm that this is where Berry had a win last season and the season before?
I can absolutely confirm that. Yep, 2024 is the one that springs to mind more so just because that was the
last year,
the drought-breaking win.
Yes.
We were on hand for that, and they also beat Loxton North last year. There, they did lose to them as well there, but in the early season game, Berry won it. So we're hoping about 12 months later they can do the same thing. It was almost this same weekend last year, I think.
It is, yes, exactly.
The big one today is it's the Malcolm Hill tribute game. So obviously a legend of Berry. So I assume there'll be a few people piling into the Malcolm Hill Sports Bar at the Berry Hotel post game as well. But
you must have read my mind. I was going to say exactly the same thing. Look out.
So this game will be a real good one, I reckon. I have gone with Loxton North just because they're in slightly better form, but I could absolutely see Berry chalking up a first win of the year. If you look at almost all of their games, apart from probably last week, they've been right in them. So, and had their chances. So they're a chance, no doubt about that. And at home they'll back themselves. And as you said last night, I think once they get one, they'll get going. So if they can get that one today, that'll be great. But for Loxton North, big inclusion, as I mentioned before, Zach Waldridge. So was a great player for Loxton North in his juniors. Went down to Westies last year and had a horrible year with injury. But he's back with Loxton North today, so he's a huge in.
Yeah, that he certainly is. Renmark and Barmera Monash at Renmark. I've gone Barmera Monash because I think they've got it, but gee, have I put my neck out?
Yeah, well, we're back to the scene of the crime from last year, 2025 grand final rematch at this venue. So obviously the Roos won that, as we know, but I've gone with Renmark today, and I'm not really sure why I've done that.
Because you work there?
I just it just popped into my head. I haven't really got a lot of reasoning for it, but I just think they're back at home. They've had a couple of weeks on the road with they've got a bit of an odd fixture where they do the 2 at home and then 2 away this year, so they've got a bit of an odd one rather than the 1 at home, 1 away. So they're back at home and they need to win, Renmark. So they've only had the 1 win this year, which you wouldn't say very many years. Renmark have only had 1 win. So, they'll need to respond, and I think they can do it today. Zach Gartrey in the ruck's going to be massive. Lockie Lillman's starting to get going week by week. They've brought in a lot of debutants this year as well, so there's a lot of new faces running around, a couple more today. So, but the Roos look to be building. I think they've started to understand the new coach's game plan and figure it all out. So, I think this one's going to be a real good game.
It's going to be a ripper game, it really is. And the final game is the broadcast game, isn't it? Loxton and Waikerie.
Yeah, well, what more would you want? Top of the ladder clash.
Top of the ladder, yep.
Round 5, and we've got Waikerie undefeated, as we said, and Loxton had their first loss of the year last year. So, look, I'm going with Waikerie, just in a real close one. Yep. Could be under 10 points, I think, but... I just think they've got a little bit too much polish around the midfield, and their forward line's really clicking at the moment. Sean King's been big in the last couple of weeks, and I think they're just going to have enough. But I'm glad this one's going to be played in dry conditions. I think it'll be a real good spectacle to watch for people that get a chance to tune into the live stream. I think they're going to see a really good game.
I think they are. So I've actually gone Loxton in this one. Loxton.
This one was a bit of a split.
Yeah, it is a bit of a split, isn't it? And well, Loxton have got a lot of depth. So too is Waikerie. So it could go either way. It really could go either way.
And that's what we want round 5. We're not sure who's going to win most weeks.
Exactly. So a good look at the RFL. Anything else that's on your mind at the moment? No announcements to make or anything?
Well, yes, I am obviously, as I mentioned to you, I am heading off. So It's been a great 2.5 years, and I'm looking forward to savouring the last 3 weeks that I've got up here. But you'll probably still be ringing me most weeks, you said last night, so I look forward to that.
Mate, I'm not going to let you get away because you've been an absolute gem coming into this region. You came in as a young journalist who didn't really know the region. You have a grandfather here who's going to be heartbroken to have you leaving. And you've been an absolute positive to our community with what you've done. You've gone out, you've had a look at every sport that you possibly can, and you are going to be a loss to our region. So I'm not going to let you go, Lachlan Dan.
Oh, thanks for the kind words, Trev. But I look forward to speaking with you more and savouring the last few weeks I've got up here.
And we will be able to talk lawn bowls each and every week.
Exactly right.
We'll be reaching out. Our fingers will be on the pulse of SA bowls.
Absolutely.
I look forward to tuning in.
Thanks, mate. Take care of yourself and good luck today.
No worries. See you, Trev.
Thanks, Matty. Lockie Dan there is he's moving on to bowls as well, SA bowls or whatever they call themselves, which is a real shame.
Bit of a change.
Yes, it is, but I guess for a young fellow who wants to make his way into other areas, it's probably a good move for him. But it's our loss, and he has been an absolute gift to us here in the Riverland. He really has. You made a good coffee. I'm still going down nicely here. We are at the Visitor Information Centre, if you're wondering what the Vic is, at Barmera.
It's not Victoria.
No. We might have to slip over there one day, though.
Victoria?
No, let's not do that.
We got enough work to do here for the time being.
Mate, we got a lot to do here. I've still got a couple of calls to make. In fact, it's a big program, isn't it?
It can do when you're trying to squeeze it into a couple of hours.
And when you look at what the Riverland has to offer, there is so much going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if the internet can actually cater for us at the moment. I'm really not sure. I'm trying to put the call into Dallas Zelliff because Dallas is going to talk golf. And there he is. If you could see what I'm doing here, I've got my mobile phone connected to my
thigh bone
thing, to the thigh bone, yes. And I don't think Dallas is out on the golf course today. I'm not sure. There he is. Let's see if we can get him down onto the line. Dallas, are you there?
I'm here, Trevor.
Mate, we're on the hotline here. We're on the pulse, and the pulse is throbbing.
The pulse is going everywhere.
Yes. You know Dave Waterman. Meet Dave Waterman.
How do you do?
Dave. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good.
Mate, a couple of things I want to chat with you. We are live on the internet via YouTube at the moment, and we want to talk about the golf. You got some golf results that you sent through the other day.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a pretty interesting day of vets over at Loxton the other week. We still didn't get quite the numbers that we would we were getting last year that we would have liked, but we got pretty good numbers, and the day was a beautiful day for golf. It was unquestionably probably one of the nicest days for golf we've had in the Riverland for a while, and the course was in really good nick. The scores were pretty good. If you had a look, Chris Berry won the A grade. Well, that's not unusual. Louise Berry won his wife won the ladies. That's not unusual.
No.
My good mate Klaus Wagnitz, who lives at Paringa and plays for Loxton, he won the B grade. And yours truly had an unusual turn of form and won the C grade, and won it by a street. One of my best mates too. So,
excellent.
Yeah, and not only that, but I think the numbers will pick up a little bit now. We're going down to Swan Reach on the 1st of June.
Oh, you like going down there, don't you?
We all like going down there. The poor old Swan Reach boys haven't got quite the same numbers that they've had in years gone by, but regardless of that, it's a sensational day down there. They really do look after us. We actually put on the second round of Swan Reach when we go down there again in about 3 months' time. We actually put on a free feed for everybody down there that day. Look, veterans golf is alive and well. We'd like a few more. We're down about, I think, probably about an average of about 8 on last year per round.
That's all right.
But that's not too bad. Yeah. And we are getting older.
Tell me about it.
I'll tell you a funny story. We decided that we were going to over at Loxton have an urn, and the urn was for the under 70s versus the over 70s.
Oh, you mean an urn as in an Ashes urn?
As an Ashes urn. We played for the Ashes. I can't tell you what the Ashes were. Apparently that's a bit rude, but what did happen was we're going to have to revise it because we only had 11 players that were under 70, and we had nearly 40 that were over 70.
Wow.
So we're going to have to make it the over 75s now.
I think so. The under 80s.
And the age to start playing vets is 55. So between 55 and 70, we could only find 11 players.
Goodness me, that's amazing, isn't it? Okay. All right. But I want to know what's in the urn. That's my next question. What is in the urn? It can't be bales.
We were going to
golf
talk one
clubs
day.
Are metal, so it can't be a golf club.
We were going to talk one day about Findon High School and how you and I both went there and
Alberton Primary.
Alberton Primary and all the rest of it. So over a coffee,
You can
I
tell
will
me. Okay.
disclose to you in confidence what's in the urn, okay?
In confidence, he'll wait till he gets to the nearest microphone.
I won't tell anybody. You know that. I wouldn't tell anybody. No. You taught me how to do talk radio, remember? Now, could you...
Dave, I'll rely on you gagging him, okay?
Oh, don't do that. He's the one who set me loose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Dallas, before you go, Make-A-Wish. We haven't had an update on Make-A-Wish lately.
No, well, look, I mean, whether we're in a good situation or a bad situation, I'm not really sure. We did a wish grant for a little boy over in Pinaroo last December.
Yes.
That went exceptionally well. We've done a wish grant for a young girl who lives basically in Berry. Got quite an extended family, and she's 17, and she's going on a holiday with the entire family, mum, dad, and the 4 siblings. They're going over to Sydney, and they're going to have a week over there where we've organised a shopping day for her. We've organised for them to go to Luna Park. They're going to go to the zoo, and you know that comes up in about 2 weeks' time, I think.
Good. Okay.
And then now we've got another one, which is down at Barmera. A little girl. She's a little bit young at the moment, only being not even 4 yet. So her wish has been approved, but they're not going to take it until early next year, till she's just that little bit older.
Right.
So whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, we've got 3 wishes that have all are either happening or have happened in the last less than 6 months.
Yes.
We've extended our committee now. We've now got 7 people on our committee, which is the most that we've ever had in my time. I can tell you that, and that's some 26 years, Trev.
That is a long time.
And
yes.
not only that, but we always take pride in the fact that we can pay for our own wishes. We don't ask National Office to put their hand in their pocket for anything, and we're still doing it. So, you know, with the support of everybody who comes along to our Bunnings barbecues, who comes along to our oval gates and gives us a couple of dollars in the tin when we look after the Renmark Footy Club, and when we look after motocross, and we'll be looking at flag marshals in July. I'll talk to you about that more later.
Well, you'll probably be down there next weekend, won't you? Because they've got a big event there next weekend.
Where's that? Down at motocross?
Yeah.
No, it's not till July.
Oh, okay.
So it's still a little way away yet, but that's the state titles, and you know, like there's, you know, a heap of bloody riders there. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
all temporary Australians, you know, same as you, bloody temporary Australians.
That's me.
Seriously.
Like to get out on my bike and have a ride.
Just on a final note, I just wanted to mention that it's either tomorrow, because I'm down in Adelaide at the moment. I'm not too sure what's going on, but it's either tomorrow or next Sunday is the grand final of the Pennants Golf amongst all the golf clubs in the Riverland.
Right.
Loxton play Wakery Swan Reach in the A grade. Berry play Loxton in the B grade, and Barmera play Loxton in the C grade. So it's been shared out, and Loxton have turned the corner. They had a shocking year last year, but they've really come good this year.
Well, they're 100 years old now, so they don't know what they're doing.
They're playing in all grades, and look, seriously, any one of them could go either way. So that'll be interesting when the finals are played.
That it certainly will. Thanks for your time, mate, and thanks for coming on the Pulse with a Pulse.
That's it.
Mate,
Gee.
as long as I've got a pulse, you can have me.
You take care, old son.
Okay, Fred. See you, mate.
Bye. Dallas. We learned the other day, and I think we spoke about it in the past, Dallas and I both came out of the same street in Cheltenham. I lived at 48 4th Avenue. He lived just down a road. I think he's at 42 or something. No, 40,
Good heavens.
41 or 40 or something.
And did you remember him when you
No,
first...
because he's a few years older. So we didn't cross paths either at church or at Alberton Primary School.
Did you go to church?
Yeah, Cheltenham Baptist. Of course I did. I learnt lots there.
I say nothing.
And because then he went to Findon High School as well, the same high school I went. So I followed him around, and now I've followed him here. I've got one more call I want to put in while we're live, local, and well, we're not actually just local anymore, are we? We're worldwide.
Absolutely.
And I want to put the call into Colin Milburn, who is going to be in Adelaide, but he said he would be happy to chat with us on the Pulse, because the Pulse is pumping away.
The Pulse is pumping away.
We've gone longer than I actually planned, but that's okay. I've got Cole Milburn on the line, I think. Cole's there. Are you there, Cole?
Yes, Trev, I'm here.
Mate, we're live, local, and around the whole world at the moment.
Is that right?
Yes, we're on YouTube. So if you go to, later on, On the Pulse with Trev on Facebook, you get a link and you'll find out everything we've done.
All right, okay, I'll look it up.
It's been crazy, it really is. So let's talk RFL footy. We talk a lot of RFL footy on this program, but that's pretty much what it's all about, is talking what's going on in the region. And RFL footy is close to your heart, as we all know. And it's another big round of footy by the look of it.
Yeah, well, there was in the wet last week. There was a couple of upsets. Loxton went down, and I think Barmera, Loxton North won again. And of course, Wakery continued their run undefeated on top of the table. So once again, a close game.
Yes, that is for sure. And it was the weather that played a heavy part in all of that. There was a lot of very wet, muddy people coming off the grounds, that's for sure. But look, let's have a look at the Loxton North Berry game for today. You've probably got some inside goss on Loxton North, but I've actually tipping Berry. This game last year was Berry's first win over Loxton North. Can they do it again, do you think, or are they not quite strong enough yet?
Yeah, well, history has a record of repeating itself. Loxton North they're starting to play better football, but Berry haven't been that far away in every game.
No, not until last week.
Yeah, not until last week. So, where is the game played? Loxton North or Berry?
No, it's been played at Berry.
Berry. Oh, I think I'll go for Berry at home today, Trev.
That's what I've done.
Yeah, I think they're on. I think they're desperate to get their first win because they've been close in just about all the games except that one last week.
Yep.
I think they'll put it to them, yeah.
Yep, that's what I've done. Renmark and Barmera Monash, replay of last year's grand final at Renmark as well.
Yeah, well, the rumours around the Riverland are that these two teams are starting to get back into gear. So once again, it'll be she'll be on for young and old. At Renmark, I'll go for the Rovers at home.
Okay, well, I've gone Barmera.
Yeah.
And I was at the Barmera Club Rooms, of course, earlier in the week doing a bit of recognition of the volunteers there at Barmera Monash Footy Club. And there's a bit of a buzz around there at the moment. So I'm going to stick with Barmera Monash on that one. I reckon the Roos can come home.
Well, Is John O'Beach playing?
I haven't even looked. I've given up looking because half the time they don't put his name in.
Well,
you know what I mean?
If he kicks 4 or 5 goals, they probably will. But I'll stick with Renmark at home because they're getting a few players back too.
Yeah,
so.
that they are. Let me just have a look. Forward line. No, I'm not seeing John O'Beach in there at the moment. So, because his brother's umpiring his first SANFL game.
Today, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, good on him.
Down
Yeah.
in Adelaide. So I reckon Mick and everybody's going to be down there to support Kylan. I think it's Kylan. He's umpiring. And look, that's a big compliment for that young fellow. To
my word, yeah.
It's terrific, it really is. So that's my guess, but who knows who lines up. They'd never put it up there. And the other games, Loxton and Waikerie, which is going to be another ripper game at Loxton.
Yeah,
Waikerie undefeated.
Waikerie undefeated. Loxton 3. I think they've won 3 and lost
Something
1.
Like that. Yep.
Yeah. I'm keen to tip the Tigers at home, but on the form, I suppose you've got to go for Waikerie. But the Tigers are getting better. They've got a very good midfield, and I know Waikerie have as well, and they've brought in a couple of new players. Loxton's brought in a player called Bibby, and he is very good.
Yeah.
But whether they've got enough midfielders, and Armfield's still finding his way at centre-half forward. Waikerie are kicking more goals than everybody, so just based on that, I'd stick with them. It's even though it's at Loxton, I'd probably tip Waikerie, but I think the Tigers will give them a run for their money.
Yeah. Look, that's going to be a tough game to pick. I'm pretty sure. I've picked Loxton on that one as well. Yes, I have. I just double checked my little scribbles. So look, it's going to be interesting to see how that actually does come out. But it's the top of the ladder battle. You know, Waikerie on top, Loxton. Loxton sitting on 6 points, Waikerie on 8. Waikerie with 4 wins, Loxton with 3. So you know, it's possibly Loxton's game to lose when it comes down to it.
Yeah, a home game, and the last game I saw Loxton play, they had Shay Lange up forward, and he missed a few early goals. Right. Now, he's generally a very good kick. If they play him forward again and he starts pinging them, and Armfield can get his hand on a few, I think Loxton, that will give the Loxton midfielders something to aim at.
Yeah.
And if Shay Lange doesn't play down forward, they might have to send somebody else down there, but their midfielders are kicking goals. They've got a good mix of those, as do Waikerie.
Yes.
But at Loxton this week, I'll go for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think you have to, really, when it comes down to it. At home, they'll be very, very strong indeed, and they do.
For me, I have to, Trev. You don't. I have to.
Oh well.